Hi guys, welcome back. Today we're gonna talk about disagreement and how to deal with it.
So we're going to talk about disagreements in our relationship and how we deal with it, but anything we say here is not like we're experts on the topic.
Far from it.
We just want to share with you guys what has been working for us. So we're all different and we're not going to agree on everything, so of course down the road we're going to have some disagreements here and there. So we're going to talk about something that happened with us, disagreement. So when we were dating, Vinny decided that he was going to join the military, and at first I was not for it at all. We actually almost fought about it. I was really against it. I didn't want him to go, and he really wanted to go. So it's not like he won, because he's obviously in the military now, right? But it's not like he won that disagreement we had. We talked about it, and he explained to me it was something that he really wanted to do, and that he was only going to sign his contract for a little bit, just for a couple of years, and that if he didn't like it or anything, he would always get out. So we talked about it, and then we both agreed that okay, he would join. And then after that, when we got married, he got sent to live very far away from everyone, friends and family. He lived in New Mexico. We lived in New Mexico. He got sent to New Mexico. So after we got married, I had to move to New Mexico, and I was not very happy. Our arguments was always about that, how we were doing something that he wanted, because I was thinking in my head that he won, right? So in my head it was like, oh, he's doing what he wants and I'm not doing anything that I want. And then we had to go through that for quite a while, right, babe?
Yeah. 6 months after we got married, we sat down and talked, and I wanted to stay in the military for as long as I wanted, as long as I could. But at the same time, I had to think about my family. So we decided that if I wouldn't leave that place, like New Mexico, I was actually gonna separate.
Yeah.
So, but if we could move somewhere else, which we moved, I would enlist for another term. So that what happened. We sat down and talked our disagreement, you know. So we had to wait 3 years. I mean, I waited 3 years. You waited 2 years.
I waited 2 years, yeah, and then we moved.
And then that was okay, it was good for both parties, you know. I wanted to stay in. She didn't want to stay at that place, but she was willing to move somewhere else, closer to the family. So that was our agreement, and both parties are fine after that, you know. Both were glad, or we're happy.
So it was kind of in a term we could say a compromise, but not really, because sometimes when we use the word compromise, it's like, oh, he won today or I won today, you know. For example, something silly let's say we want to paint the living room and I really want blue and he wants red or something, and it's like, okay, we paint it blue, so it's like I win, so we compromise because I win. So no, we have to sit down and really discuss our options and see what's best. Is this color really going to match? I'm giving a silly example, but it's what we talked about, being in the military and being in, is this going to be good for our future? Is this going to help our family? And down the road, I saw that, you know, it was something that he wanted to do. Of course, it was something he wanted to do and not me at the beginning. But I saw that being there was actually helping us, and we were actually learning new things and experiencing life in a way that we weren't going to experience if we hadn't moved there. So at the end, it was actually good, and a good experience that we were there, and we were able to deal with that disagreement in a good way, even though it took us a couple of months to work on that disagreement.
Which is normal. You're not gonna find you're not gonna agree right at the start. It takes a little bit for you to agree on something, and then that's why you gotta keep talking, and then you find a good point for both of us, both of you, both of the couple.
And a good thing also is not, if you agree on something, not to go back on it, to say, oh, but I'm here because of you. Sometimes I would throw that in his face, oh, I'm here because of you, I don't even want to be here. So that's something that I had to work on a lot in our first months there because I was really not having a good time. I was not really happy, but I wasn't happy because I wasn't letting myself be happy. I was just putting everything in the negative, you know. So after we talked and we decided and we came upon our agreement, you know, everything just was smoother and everything just worked out.
At the end, everything worked out.
Yeah. So that's something big that happened in our lives, that it was something that we disagreed on, and we were able to work it out through compromise, kind of through what would be best for both of us. And at the end of the day, everything it was good for both parties. And I mean, that's something big that happened, but we have disagreements all the time, like what we're gonna eat, what we're gonna cook, like what we're gonna buy for food, you know.
Small things.
Like small things, we always have disagreements.
So it's
too.
not like what's gonna win, who's gonna win, and who's gonna lose. Like
yeah, it's not a battle.
That shouldn't exist in your relationship. That's our main point.
Our main focus. Like it shouldn't be a battle of who wins, who loses. That fight that day, you know. It shouldn't be like that.
Otherwise, it's gonna be like a battle every day, and then it's gonna end up in a war. Like,
yeah.
You don't want a war. So our point is, don't like fight to win or lose. Just sit down and have like that agreement.
And try not to start like little disagreements that can turn into big ones. Just on those nitty-picky things, you know, like we say, like choose your battles to what battles you fight. Like choose which disagreements you're going to really go after and what's really going to impact your life the most, you know, like those big ones, like we were talking about, like food and paint color, like those things are little, and yeah, we do have disagreements on that too, but at the end of the day, you should really talk to your spouse and make sure that you both are in the same connection, because what you guys want is to go together into the future, you know, to build your life together for the future, not only just what you're living the right now, you know. Obviously the right now is important too, but it's just,
yeah, the right now is more important than your future, to be honest, but you also got to think of your future.
So it's just something that came to our mind when we were discussing what we were going to talk about in the video. We hope you guys enjoyed it. It's something that touched in our hearts for us to share a little bit of our story also with you guys. So if you enjoyed it, or if you want to share with us some disagreements you have with your spouse, or even if your girlfriend or with your parents or anything, just leave us a comment and we'll talk to you guys and respond.
And if you like this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and like we said, comment and share with everybody.
Yep.
And I hope to see you guys next time.
Bye.